Hey boss, my name is Marina and I'm going to give you a quick tour through Bula Boss. I'm going to walk you through this whole page, give you just about what the program is. Then I'm going to give you a behind the scenes tour. So we're going to go into the course platform and the group platform itself so you can see what that's like. And then after that, I'm going to provide you just a little bit more information so you can decide whether or not this is the right container for you. So, this is Bula Boss, and here we talk all about how you can consistently boost your non-alc sales, streamline your operations, and get the executive support you deserve. So, off the bat, this is not a normal group program. This is an executive support program. So as we go through this, you're going to see how this is very tailored to the non-alc and kava industries, and how this is really well equipped specifically for kava bars, non-alc lounges, bottle shops, brands, wholesalers, coaches and consultants, and other service-based business owners that are, again, specifically in the non-alc and kava industries or selling to those industries or in relation to in some way, shape, or form. Because sometimes I know there are some sales people out there who are simply selling some of these products or selling to some of these vendors, and they're trying to understand their market. This is also a great place for you to do your market research. Beyond all of the information about the industry itself, you are going to learn more about yourself as a business if you are any of these categories, right? So we're going to learn how to maximize your impact and revenue, design unique spaces, experiences, and menus or offers, encourage market and community growth, take an unplugged vacation, and have your business run itself. AKA, we're going to fire you if you are the owner, the founder, right? If you are a support staff, this is the best tool you can use to get your founder, the owner of the company you work for, to get disconnected from the everyday, right? They should be in a different role. So this is the best tool to get you kind of from that mom and pop startup to, hey, we are a franchisable situation, or we are ready to scale. So I'm going to let you read through this page anytime you want. This is just marinamars.com/bulaboss, and you can take a look. But right here, I want you to look at this graphic. Let me make my face a little smaller for a second, just so I can get out of the way. Okay, so this is the entire program map of the Bula Boss online course portal. So you can think about this like a treasure chest that you can dive into at any time to watch any lesson on any of these topics. So if we go around, you can see the main topics here. We've got industry foundations, marketing and brand, services and products, mindset and longevity, and functional business design. So this goes really broad, but each goes deep. So you couldn't possibly finish this entire course in a single sitting. There's so much to it, because that's the point. This is meant to be a little bit longer of an experience, because you're not just going to be simply owning this business or running this business for a few months, right? Like, this is something that you dive deeply into, and there's so many details. There's so many reasons we want to talk about how each facet of your business interacts with another, and that's why this kit goes so deep. So typically this isn't an offer that we would just show like a random person right off the bat, right? Like, we have pre-selected anybody who is even viewing this, because this is a really special container, right? And I want to mention that inside of all of this, you also get templates, right? So some of these categories, you're going to have templates, whether those are for emails, for Canva, or other tools that are related. But at the end of the day, we have three main goals for our clients. We want you to make an impact, make a profit, and become lifestyle rich. And if you're already accomplishing these things, but you simply want to scale that effort, that's our goal too, right? So our goal is to, beyond financial wealth, ensure that every aspect of your success rates are in the positive, right? So what is included? So there are 10 modules inside this course covering over 60 topics. You get live executive support and group calls with me. You You get recordings of all of those live calls, so even if you can't make it live, you can still submit all of your questions, and then I'll answer them on the calls. Sometimes I answer them in advance, but typically on the calls. Then that recording gets to the group. You can watch that and see all the things and continue from there. Also, there are additional resources that get dropped inside of the Bula Boss group all the time, so you're going to get to learn alongside of your industry peers. But on top of that, you're also going to be able to share resources as well. So that's the cool part about this. You are not in it alone. There are people all over the country and world who would love to go through this experience together, because the thing is, you may have a team, but that doesn't mean that, how to put it, your team at the end of the day, you pay them, right? So there's a power situation happening. There is a power difference, but you can relate most to other founders, right? So this is that safe place where you can kind of talk about the things that may or may not be appropriate to talk about with your team, but also they may not understand if they've never been an entrepreneur before, because this is a wild ride, right? So again, you can read through to learn a little bit more. We've got some testimonials here, but this is how we have this whole program set up. So basically, we have two separate options, standard versus mastermind. The reason you see 4 here is because this is like if you're paying monthly and this is if you're paying yearly. It's the biggest difference. But we're going to go through the standard and the mastermind options. So if you have Bula Boss Standard, you are going to get access to all of the online course material. You're going to get access to the Bula Boss group and network of fellow alumni. You're going to get free access to the Discovery Phase Launchpad, which we'll go through in a moment. You're going to get free access to the Functional Mixology method. We'll go through that in a moment. You're going to get a database of top tools and appliances, and you'll be able to join live executive support group calls 2 times per month. So that is standard, but if you are taking this at the mastermind level, the biggest difference here is that you're going to get all of the above, but a little bit more. So you're going to also get a lot more support from me. So if you ask me a question, you're going to very instantly get an answer. And if it's not instant, if it's, hey, I'm going to actually put together a whole brand new module for you because you asked such a great question, it might take up to a week or 2 in that case. But I instantly will let you know, hey, something's on the way. You can also actually get your SOPs, menus, and marketing materials reviewed, whereas if you are just in Bula Boss Standard, you typically can only ask questions. Every once in a while, I may invite you just as a courtesy to bring something to a group call that you can share the screen, but you won't be like sending me links to go deep diving in that case, right? But if you're in the mastermind, you can send me all of the things, and you have the luxury of privacy. So if you don't want to share something in the group, you have the ability to get things reviewed simply asynchronously, where I would just send you a Loom video, just like the one you're watching right now. This is a Loom video. And then lastly, you get access to our Effortless Operations Resource Center, which is such a big deal. You can learn all about that through the Effortless Operations link, which you will see all over the page, whichever page you dive deeper into. So we're not going to go into that here, but let's continue on through this page so I can really explain the value, why this is, almost $1,000. Why is this almost like, what are these things? Why are they so valuable beyond just the course material that we already reviewed? Well, the Discovery Phase Launchpad. This is the business plan to market incubator. So this isn't just simply any time that you are starting a new business. This is also any time you want to start a new revenue stream. So whether you are new or established, this is going to be a very useful tool for you. Here, you're going to go through the discovery phase, validation phase, and the beginning of your building phase, right? So this gets you kind of ready and set up for digesting all of the material that is inside of Bula Boss if you are not already established with the revenue streams that you're looking to establish, right? Bonus here is there's also more information on funding options and investing resources, so you can dive deep there. Okay, let's talk about effortless operations just a tiny bit real quick. So this is basically your chief operations officer training. If you've never been a leader, a manager before, if you've never worked in an HR type situation, if you've never overseen the entire circus, right, rather than just certain departments, if you've never built the tech to support everything that your business does, this is for you. So effortless operations quite literally is chief operations officer training coming directly from someone who was a chief operations officer. So again, you can learn more about that by diving in. You can click these links on this page, but also you can dive in more to learn. So that specifically, again, remember, is only available for the Bula Boss Mastermind program. This is not available for the standard package. But going back into what is available for both packages, the functional mixology method. So this is our entire methodology on anytime someone hires us and says, hey, can you create a menu for us? Not only can you design the recipes and all of how the drinks go together and the names and the pricing, but also the graphic design component of it, the launch of it, how to train your employees to make it happen, or your sales team, all of the things, right? So how do you make an idea become a profitable reality? That's what this whole training, this is inside of Bula Boss. And inside of that, you'll also receive access to the Armory, which is our top tool and appliance recommendations. So you don't have to spend hours doing research or thousands of dollars buying the wrong products or tools. This will help you, and you can always submit requests in that asynchronous support or in those office hours on those live calls. You can ask and say, hey, you know, what's the best fridge for this situation? I am trying to serve out of this type of environment. What do I need? You can ask all of that and more, and I will always be expanding to these tools. So again, you can scroll through this to learn a little bit more about our methodology and, you know, reasons why this program might be ideal for you. So you can scroll through here. And I also want to mention, just in general on this website, if you're super new to me, to the Modern Mocktail, and you want to learn a little bit more, you can hover over the About section. So number one, you can click the About section, and then you'll learn about myself and my husband and our team, like what our whole philosophy is. You can also learn all of the different reasons why you should be working with us, but this is written by me, so hence the me. I'm also the lead consultant here, and all of this being said, I want you to understand that this is a very boutique experience, right? So we are not working with some other company as some add-on or extension. Like, this is our life's work. So you can learn a little bit more again by diving in. We have also been featured in other publications. We've written for other publications, and also, you know, this isn't the first rodeo that we've been a part of, so you can kind of learn a little bit more about the backstory and other things here. Just for a little bit of context, we also have a podcast. We're, as of this recording, in the 70s of episodes, and we just keep going weekly, dropping new episodes. So you can learn more there, and that is a free resource that kind of just gives you a little bit of a teaser as to what you can expect inside of the program, kind of my teaching style and the other resources that we have and that we bring into the program, which is really cool. So if you hover over the Modern Mocktail and then you go to Course and Program Portal, this is where, you know, once you have purchased the program and you've dived in, you've chosen your level, you're going to go here if you are logging in as a student, as a client, right? So I'm here, I'm going to Bula Boss. Again, if you signed up for standard, you're going to get access to this. If you signed up for mastermind, you will also get access to this. So it'll say you're a participant. So if we click view details, that's how it opens up the entirety of the online course. So as you can see here, there's all of these modules. It teaches you right away, like, okay, let me just teach you like how this course works. So I go into all the tech of how it works. But as you can see, these are all of the different modules. These are all the different lessons, right? So we've got 5 lessons, 13, 10, 6. So many, and it's constantly growing. So for example, coaching and consulting is a brand new module as of the recording of this little walkthrough, because it was something that was being requested more, and we were noticing that a lot of our clients are multi-passionate and have a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different things that they can bring to the table, aka more revenue streams, aka more profit, more lifestyle freedom, and more impact. So anytime someone brings something to the table, if we have experience, we'll add that here. Otherwise, we'll bring in more consultants who have experience in what you need. So this really is your boutique executive support all in one place. Stop. Location. Okay, so not only do you have all of this that you can access at any time, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., don't matter, Tuesday, Friday, anytime, but you can also go to this group discussion. So here is where you're going to find the schedule for all of our live calls, the recordings of all of our live calls. This is where the community interacts with each other, so you can ask each other questions, you can chat, you can also, we do part of our Monday check-in routine, which is we all like to kind of share what we're working on in the moment, right? So that we can stay on track, stay focused. So you'll be able to see, for example, there's always a pinned post at the top that gives you an idea of what's going on in the month. I'm recording this in June 2025, so that's what's on top here, but it instantly updates the moment we are approaching a new month. And then we also put the recordings, as you can see, and then they also, it continues with all of the different types of content in here. So point of the story is you're never alone. You always have support. You always have links that you're going to click anytime that you have a question. Again, no matter what time, it goes directly to my inbox. That way we can ensure that those questions get answered no matter what. That is the beauty of this group program. Whether there are 8 people or 800 people inside of the container, everybody is still going to get the support they need because of our systems, which again, we're very happy to teach you inside of Effortless Operations on the tech side of the systems. But when it comes to the strategy, when it comes to creating and kind of planning the launch side of things, that's what we're here for in Bula Boss. Because again, this is really the catch-all, we can talk about anything category. This is where no matter what kind of day you're having, if there's a dumpster fire, if you find out there's a new construction project that's going to cover the front of your business for 7 months, if you find out there are a bunch of people in the neighborhood causing ruckus and they are deterring people from entering your business, you have a crazy landlord, if you're dealing with trying to figure out a location but you've just never done this before, so you don't know what you don't know. Maybe you have done this before, but you're really looking for another insider opinion, a professional second opinion. That's what we're here for, all of the things. And if you have any questions, if there's something that you feel that you want support with but we haven't discussed yet, go ahead and send me an email, hello@marinamars.com, and I will make sure that you understand, number 1, is this container right for you? Number 2, which level is right for you? And number 3, does it fully support everything that you need, or do you need more and or less support? Because quite frankly, if it's just a couple templates you need but everything else is good, either if it's a free resource I've already created, I'll send you the link. If it's something that's just a quick download, I'll send you that link too. But no matter what, we're going to make sure that we get you what you need. Don't feel alone in this journey, because the moment you get stuck in the research phase, or the moment you get shy and you have a hard time and you think that you're lacking the gene to be an entrepreneur, or you're lacking the skill set and you don't know where to get it, so that's why you are stuck being an employee, or whatever the case might be, whatever your objection, whatever your issue, know that it is quite literally my job to help you navigate and break through those objections. So please send me an email, hello@marinamars.com, if you are super interested, but there's something holding you back from clicking sign up right now. The cool last thing I do want to mention is that we are experimenting with a new trial. Yes, you heard me right. A 7-day free trial. The only way to get that or get more information about that is to send me an email. So just mention it and I'll give you more information. Regardless, I'm so excited that you're here, and I hope that I can see you in the program very soon.